Hi, Stephen Hand from Staccato in Hobart. The other day I watched a video from Matt Easton, Scholar Gladiatoria, on GUI straps on kite shields, and it prompted me to finally get around to finishing this shield, which I've been working on for absolutely ages, which, as you can see, is a very deeply curved 12th century kite shield. Now, the kite shields of the 11th century, your Bayeux tapestry sort of period, they could have been flat from the way they're depicted, but we suspect that they were probably shallowly curved. But starting around 1100 and getting really popular by about 1120, we get this type of shield, which, as you can see, has a very, very deep curve indeed. And these shields are used quite differently and they're held quite differently. Whereas most of the strapping arrangements we see on the earlier kite shields have a strap around the arm, when we look at these, we see quite often there's only like a pair of straps to use for a single hand grip. And we always see a GUI strap on. Now, before I go on, I want to just show you a few pictures of shields of this period so you can see the sort of thing I'm basing this on. So now I'm going to show you how it's held. So I just pick it up and I hold it with these two straps, and I'll loop the GUI strap around my neck, which I obviously haven't done before, but I have to do before I pick it up. Now, defending myself is particularly easy with the shield. If somebody attacks me over here, I simply roll it a tiny bit that way. If somebody attacks me over here, I simply roll a tiny bit that way. If somebody's silly enough to attack my legs, I can just go down and pretty much cover all the way to the floor. And the only issue that I have is protecting the head. Now, protecting the head, I'm going to show you an illustration of a guy protecting the head, and it shows how integral the GUI strap is in defending the head, because basically the shield is pushed out to intercept the blow. And I'll show you that original illustration here. So what I'm going to show you now is how we do that head parry, and as you can see, I haven't got the GUI strap on, so I want you to see how that head parry is done without the GUI strap. Now, hopefully you can see that there's a fair bit of movement in the shield. It works, but it the shield gets very wobbly and I feel like I've lost control of it. And I'll do that a couple more times so you can see that. I'll put the GUI strap on now and hopefully you can see how it makes the parry a lot more stable. And one thing that you can't see here is that with the GUI strap, at full extension, there's a lot less strain on my arm. If I don't have the GUI strap, that becomes really hard. Whereas with the GUI strap on, I'm actually supporting a lot of the weight. The more I press my fist into the back of the shield, the more I'm using the GUI strap to support the weight, so I really push the shield out. Now you've noticed that I push the shield straight out. If I go straight up, I'm obviously going to cover my face and Lewis can move his sword somewhere else and hit me somewhere else. But because I move my shield out, it's like what Giacomo de Grazia said in his manual about the shield forming a cone of defence. The further it is from you, the harder it is for the person to get around it. So if my shield is here, Lewis could lay his sword across and he could hit me, but if it's out here, okay, at exactly the same height, it's intercepting that blow. Okay, so that's the principle that's used there. Okay, I'm going to show you one last thing, and that's the one real vulnerability of this shield type. As we've seen, it's quite good at defending the head, it's brilliant at defending the body and the legs. The one area that's exposed, well, you tell me what's exposed. Even when I stick the shield out, the sword arm is still quite exposed in attack. And therefore, it's really of no surprise that when these shields first came in, mail typically came down to about there. Within 20 years of kite shields becoming deeply curved, whereas previously they'd been shallowly curved, mail was extended to cover all the way down. So within 20 years of these shields coming in, we had full-length sleeves and mail mittens becoming quite common. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that when you attack, you stick your arm out from behind the shield, and enough people got hit on the forearm that they went, yeah, okay, this is a great shield, but we need forearm protection if we're going to use it. So in conclusion, really fantastic shield, deeply curved kite shield, incredibly good protection. The only thing that doesn't protect well is the sword arm, and has quite an unusual strapping method which allows it to be extended, particularly when used with a gui strap. Thanks for watching.